New games, new hardware, and tiny VR headsets. So we're going to start off with some brand new releases, and then we're going to get into some tech that may well blow your mind, but hang around for that. To jump in on the new releases this week, we have Gun Jam coming out for the Meta Quest, and I believe PSVR as well. This game looks like an interesting game, cool concept where you shoot to the rhythm of the beat of the night. Just no, that's just terrible joke. And it's not like a Beat Saber type experience. We're talking like running around the field, destroying people in freaking brutal looking ways whilst keeping to the beat. So yeah, this game looks really dope. I very much like the art style of this. Kind of reminds me of like a Borderland-esque feel to it, that cel shaded sort of vibe, and I'm definitely down to be giving this a go. I don't have an exact date on this one, but I do know that it's coming out this week, so keep your eyes peeled, and it looks freaking cool. Next up we have Drop Dead The Cabin. This game looks so much fun. I've had a little bit of a blast on this game, and I can confirm this is a really solid game. It's very COD Zombies-esque in this sort of 80s synthy sort of feel to it, and I really adore it. I think it's freaking awesome. This is coming out this week, so make sure you be checking this one out, put it on your list. If you want a game to be able to get in with a few friends and have a laugh on, then this is definitely going to be one of those titles that you want to pick up, and honestly, like, why wouldn't you want to do that? It's just dope, good fun. Next up we have a PSVR only release. I know, news alert, that's freaking never happens. But anyway, we've got District Steel coming out on PSVR Steam. So this one is very much a bullet hell sort of just get in there, shoot the living snot out of a bunch of robots and have a good time doing it. There's a bunch of bullet time in this, a bunch of slow-mo action where you can like throw your guns and twang off of their heads and stuff. It's honestly a really fun game. I played a demo of this and I have played the full release version of this. Both are freaking awesome. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Yeah, PSVR only though. That's the first time I've seen that in a hot freaking minute, and a brave choice on the developer side of things. But nonetheless, definitely check this one out if you've got a PSVR. It's one for you. Next up, we have the Big Screen Beyond headset. This thing has literally come out of absolutely nowhere. Apparently people have been testing this for like really a long time by the sounds of things, as Big Screen has been in development with this product for quite some time. But this thing just intrigues the hell out of me. Now, its price tag is beefy, but we'll go into that in a little bit. This is set to be one of the tiniest VR headsets on the market. So this is slated to be coming out in Q3, so you can pre-order these right now. Now, I will say, like, normally I would steer well away from anything you pre-order, especially with like the history that we've had recently in the last couple of years with VR headsets and pre-ordering or freaking green lighting or whatever you want to use. It's yeah, not been great with things like Megadodo and their Deca Gear and all of these other headsets that have come out and just even Pimax to a degree, like, you know, you wait and you wait and you wait for those things to come out after investing in them. Now, one of the special things about this headset is it is focused fully on PSVR. That's something we haven't had for a really long time. It's got OLED micro displays in it with a 1520 by 2560 resolution. That is basically real freaking nice. We've also got pancake lenses going in there as well, with their own unique stack going in there, and of course it's got built-in Steam tracking. So this is how this thing works, and we'll dive into that just a little bit more in a second. So yeah, those lenses look really freaking intriguing to me. Pancake lenses becoming the more new normal is definitely freaking exciting to me. Those OLED screens with micro LEDs, real nice. And on top of that, there's a few other freaking sweet things about this headset. So to order one of these headsets, you need one of the newer iPhones so that you can do a facial scan. I know, this sounds mad and very futuristic, but welcome to the future, I guess. So you do a facial scan, you send that into them, and then they build this headset for you. So the facial cushion that goes in there in the insert is literally bespoke to the contours of your face. So it is perfectly bespoke to you. No light leakage, no nothing, just perfectly bespoke to you. On top of that, they also build it with your IPD in mind. So they set the lenses to be set perfectly for your IPD. If you're not sure what that is, it's a pupil distance essentially, right? The distance between your two pupils, what you'll set your VR headset to get the most clarity in it. So it's freaking wild to me that they're doing this. Like, what a cool concept. Honestly, I would actually love to see a third-party company like VR Cover or something take this idea and freaking run with it, because the idea of being able to have bespoke freaking gaskets that fit you perfectly one-to-one with your face just sounds freaking incredible to me. Now, speaking to a few of the other people that have actually had a chance to use this, it seems like, yeah, this thing's legitness. It has some very cool features on it, and that comfort value is wild. Also, this thing comes in so light. It is so light, it's insane. So having it on your face for a long period of time is very unnoticeable. The only downside to this is, of course, it's wired. That wire is apparently kind of cumbersome at the moment, but you know what? These are trade-offs and things that can be done within the final product when it actually comes out. As all we have seen in this at the moment with other reviews and stuff is purely just early adoption review units. They're basically just dev kits and just test things, so they're not the final representative of what we're going to see out this product when it's done. They are just the early units. Now, I am really excited for this, personally, for a couple of reasons. Number one, I actually genuinely love watching movies in virtual reality. There's something very special about the experience, and sharing it with friends across countries, you know, it's just a nice way to get together and watch something, have a bit of a laugh and a chat whilst doing that. Now, honestly, other than that, I'm looking forward to it for PC VR. This thing works with Steam. So we're talking the Steam Lighthouse tracking and Valve Index controllers, and probably Valve, you know, wands as well. So listen, I think this is kind of interesting. Now, this definitely isn't aimed, I don't think, at someone who's new getting into VR. This is more for someone who has like an OG Vive or an Index or something and is just looking to upgrade. Purely, they already have the other things, right? I think that's the market they're trying to aim this thing at, because if not, it's going to be very expensive to buy into, because it's about $1,000, I believe, to buy the headset, and then on top of that you've got then to buy the controllers and Lighthouse tracking if you don't own those things in the first place. We're coming up like close to 2G here. $2,000 is quite a lot of money to put down on a VR headset, regardless of how good it is. You know, that's kind of crazy. But if you're already an enthusiast of VR and you already own these things, then putting £1,000 down to actually buy into this thing is kind of actually not too bad for what you're getting back for this. Incredibly light, incredibly good visuals, and the FOV is supposed to be about the same as the Quest, just under. So not too bad, to be honest with you. If you are like a sim enthusiast and you like racing and doing, like, I don't know, Eve Valkyrie, all these types of things in virtual reality, I think this is going to be a perfect headset for that, because it's so light, you'll be able to have it on for absolutely hours while you enjoy your games. Just damn, dude, this thing just seems so interesting to me. Also, for people like that are avid about VR chat and stuff, I feel like those people are going to absolutely adore this headset anyway. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down below in the comments, as I'm interested. Is it something that you would actually buy into? Is it something you care about? Is it something you're like, oh, well, it's not independent? I would definitely like to know. One last thing I will mention as well is it has no built-in audio. You have to use your own headphones for that. Again, I don't really have a massive issue with that. Inbuilt audio is kind of whack most of the time, so pros and cons. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. One other thing I want to quickly dive into as well is there's been a lot of toxicity going around in the VR community at the moment, mainly on Twitter and Reddit, I think. At least what I've seen firsthand, and it's kind of been a bit gnarly. People really getting each other about the fact that, like, oh man, PSVR's got a wire and it stinks, you're an idiot for buying that, I love my Quest. Or PC VR players having a go at Quest players for having, you know, poor graphics. It's like, I feel like everyone just needs to chill the hell out, man, and understand that we're one big family and we should respect all of us the same. There shouldn't be a console versus PC type war. I don't really want to ever see that kind of thing coming into this. If you're going to be out there commenting that, just hold yourself back and realize that actually we're all just trying to support the same thing that we all love. No matter what you support this on, if you love virtual reality, whether that be on your Quest for mobile VR, PC VR, or you want to go into console VR or PSVR 2, then honestly, chill, man. We all love the same thing, and every single one of those tiers of things are supporting each other. This is a structure that's being built to sustain virtual reality and keep it relevant and keep it important to all of us and give us the stuff that we want out of it, which is epic games and maybe some like cool MR stuff later down the line. But nonetheless, like, let's just support one another. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you're enjoying it, then be happy. Let's all just be freaking happy about this. Like, if PSVR 2 kicks off, it's going to help every single other tier of VR. If Quest 3 takes off when that comes out later this year, then that's going to help every single tier of it. And PC VR players, well, guys and gals, listen, all of those other platforms support you. So just chill, everybody. Let's all just rewind and relax.